So what's up, Facebook? Haven't been around in a while. Finally got me a phone, so I wanted to get back on my dear black people videos. Definitely have a lot to say. It's a lot of time passed. A lot of things have happened, as we all know. Today, though, I really wanted to focus more on the conversation I heard this morning on a 107.5. Kyle was asking, should he delete one of his white friends because of the comments that they make about Black Lives Matter and Black lives in general. And it's not necessarily the friend that makes the bad comments. It is the white friends, that comment on what Kyle says. So Kyle posted that the Black Lives Matter movement is misunderstood. And one of the white friends stated, what are we not understanding? To kill all police, that all police are trying to kill you, to kill all white people, death against whites, black power, I guess, which they see as kill everybody else except for black people. And the point of the segment was to say, that's not even the point of our movement. Just like that wasn't the point of the Black Panthers movement. My response, and I didn't want to call in, I don't do the radio thing, waiting all day just to get through to say something. But I did want to make a video and address it really quickly. So my comment to that radio station's segment is basically that we have to understand that there is a such thing as living in the bliss of ignorance. Okay? And what I mean by that is that because the majority of white people do not grow up in our areas, they do not grow up around a lot of us, and they did not grow up with the same type of treatment, segregation, societal holdbacks that we do. They tend not to understand. They are ignorant to the things that we go through. Now, the thing with ignorance, though, is just not knowing. It's not the fact that you can't learn. It's the fact that you just don't know something that you speak upon, right? Now, the crazy thing is the bliss of ignorance, it also lives within our communities. For instance, when you still hear black people say that they can't get jobs because of the white men. In 2015, 2016, that is no longer the case. Now, I will state this. Is society built against us? Yes. Yes, it is. But can we still achieve within the society? Yes. It just takes extra hard work, extra time, extra education. And I don't even necessarily mean school. I just mean educating yourself and continuing to fight despite the downfalls that are inevitable for you to go through because of your skin color. Now, when it comes to white people, their lack or blissful ignorance comes from a lack of education, just like our part does. But their lack of education is different. They have the best schools, they have the best books, but the books are not filled with the truth in which America has built their history on. But the problem now is that there's still not an excuse, right? Because we have something called the internet in which you can go and find the truth. You can go and see the documentation that is written up between prisons and judges to ensure that the black youth will be put in jail more than anyone else, so that the continuing of prisons and the money that comes from prisons can continue to grow. You can see that. You can see how black police officers and the white police officers, Hispanic police officers, the police in general are trained to specifically go after minorities. And I'm speaking of Hispanics, I'm speaking of blacks, I'm speaking of Arabians, to put us in jail and to specifically go after us in our communities because we are an easier target. Now, the fact of their ignorant comments and whether or not we should delete them off of Facebook, my answer to that is no. Because what would that do? That would just continue the separation in which society is trying to bring into our cultures nowadays, right? It is up to us as a people, and I'm not just talking about black people, I'm not just talking about white people. I'm saying us as a people of all races to come together and open our eyes to the truth, to actually search for the answers that we are looking for rather than putting judgment upon those people that we don't understand. It is up to us to go out of our way to make sure that we understand your point of view before I comment on your point of view. One of the wisest men that I'll say, and it's crazy, I'm going to have people like, what? The wisest man that I've come into contact with now is actually my boyfriend. And he actually stated to me that education does not mean intelligence. And, you know, it took me a minute because I'm college grad. You know what? Education doesn't mean intelligence. What he meant by that, though, is that you can have all the education in the world and still be ignorant to the truth. You can still not know the things that go on a day-to-day basis. Knowing book information does not mean that you know all information. It means that you know that the information that they want you to know. It is up to you to go out of your way to get the truth, to get the answers that you are looking for. So for all those white people who are out there who are still questioning this movement, who don't understand it, the point of Black Lives Matter is to basically say all lives matter. But right now, they're attacking us. They're attacking our Black lives like they've been doing for years and years and years, but it's getting to the point now where it's 2016. Why is it still a problem if I live next door to a white person? Why is it still a problem if I drive down the street in a white neighborhood? Why can't I live there? Why is it still a problem that I still have a nice car and I'm an African-American male? Why is it still a problem if I'm outside in my community just hanging out? Why is that seen as a threat? And we can make the argument that there's violence in black areas, you know, so on and so forth, but it's violence everywhere, to be truthful. White people always like to say they're afraid of us because of the violence, but if you notice, our violence is mostly upon ourselves. We still have a hatred within our own people, which we are going to, you know, in a different conversation, because that is a buildup of a mental decapacity, a mental, not even decapacity, a mental breakdown that has stemmed from slavery, which we can't seem to get out of, like that saying, the crab in the barrel. All the crabs are fighting each other instead of lining up together to get each one out. That's the mentality we've been taught. But past that, we hardly touch white people because we've been taught not to mess with y'all. If anything, you should be afraid of the white man that walks down your street, because it's better known that they will kill you, rape you, torture you, take your children, kill, bomb your schools, shoot up your schools. They do that. We don't do that. So the whole argument of you being afraid of us because of the violence that we seem to inflict upon ourselves is ridiculous. And then the whole argument of Black Lives Matter, meaning that we hate all white people, is also a ridiculous statement. But like I stated, it comes from ignorant bliss. So to wrap it up, I really feel like as a black people, we need to continue to stay friends, continue to have these conversations with people and challenge them. Tell them to go research the information that you are saying is the truth. Send them the links to the documents that you found. And then see what their argument is. Because if they continue to feel this way regardless of the truth, then that's them just being blissful within their ignorance. They would rather believe in the things that they just believe in rather than open their eyes to the things that go on in their faces around them. And of course, this is not all white people. There have been plenty of white people that have gone along with our movement since the beginning and still rock with us today. But this is just for those who question it. I want to also shout out this music inspiration that I was just introduced to. His name is Day underscore is written out. I want you to look up his video, Black Hoodie. It is such a powerful song. Look at it, share it, retweet it, Put it on your Instagram if you like it. I thought it was really powerful. And if you continue to know about the Black community, to want to uplift us as a people and understand our struggle, then you'll also think that song is amazing. But yeah, follow me. My name is Tyel Morris, Ty from the Shy. My Instagram is Ty Cutie Pie if you want to follow me. Definitely share this video if you liked it. Have a good day, people.